morning. This is Stan in Gainesville, Florida, and you are listening to a special episode of Light Talk.
Hi, this is Steve in Dallas, Texas, and today we are making Light Talk history.
And this is Ann. I'm in San Clemente, California.
And this is David, coming from the Belmont Shore neighborhood of Long Beach, California. And if you don't already know, you are listening to Light Talk, and we are the Lumen Bro Sisters.
Family.
We are all of it. That's
We
us.
are family. Hey, welcome to episode 104. So we're doing episode 104, which means this is our second anniversary show.
Yay.
So Stan, why don't you tell us what we have in store for our listeners?
By popular demand, we are going to do a second season show of all of our best sponsors.
I can't believe you're at 104, but I have to say,
know.
I am still honored to still be a part. Thank you all so much. I'm
Oh,
so
my
excited about
God.
this episode.
You must have a very dull life to hang out with
Maybe,
us.
I don't know. Sure beats
People
craving.
actually listen to this thing, just all sponsors. I will be surprised. But if they do, I'd be impressed.
I'll listen.
Okay, I'll listen.
And you know, David, this also means we are closing in on 90,000 downloads.
Whoa.
Yes, we are right. We're at 90,000.
We have more followers than the president soon.
You're all famous.
Well, that's not saying much. We're 103 countries and counting. So anyway, thank you all for being with us for 2 years. And we hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed putting it together.
You are listening to Light Talk with Steve, Stan, and David. And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by
Big Fish Cakes. Have you ever wondered if your show would ever open after endless technical rehearsals that seem to have lasted a year? Does the producer show up at the theater every day with less jewelry and yet another choreographer? Well, maybe what you really need to rejuvenate your spirit is a delicious Epicurean delight of Big Fish Cakes. Made from only the choicest cuts of mystery fish, Big Fish Cakes are a doubly satisfying treat as you stagger home late at night down Fifth Avenue. Visit our sidewalk vendor locations featured in most major metropolitan cities. Sabret? No thanks. I don't need your rubbery knishes. What I need is a fish cake. Big Fish Cakes, sustaining you for your next year of survival in the theater.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by
Has your career as a lighting designer taken a nosedive into roadside aquariums, swim meets, and the local water park? Are you finding that each day seems, just a bit more complicated with all that electricity around you? You can't keep wearing rubber boots and gloves. People will start to talk. What to do? Well, kittens, say adios to Mr. Edison and hola to Mr. James Watt. Way back in 1781, Scottish engineer James Watt patented his steam engine, and shortly thereafter, the 10-watt steam Lico. But by the early 20th century, the steam Lico had fallen out of favor with the Nikola Tesla fanboys.
That's me.
However, given the EU's recent position on tungsten lamps, the steam Lico is seeing a rebirth as the go-to green light source. That's right, American Players Theater. Say goodbye to being zapped when it rains. Not only that, the steam Lico will work with both fresh and salt water, snow or ice, and in a pinch, will even work with milk. You're welcome, Wisconsin. Select models can also be used as a hazer. The steam Lico, suitable for festivals, rodeos, state fairs, and always a hit with the Trigun crowd. The steam Lico, available now from Bad Hombre Stage Productions.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by
The Masked Mutant. Are you working on a show that is guaranteed to end your career? Do you see your artistic integrity disappearing before your eyes? Do you anticipate serious suicidal tendencies once the New York Times reviews come out? Well, there is one way you can still save your career. Call The Masked Mutant to put an end to your suffering by closing that show early. The Masked Mutant will literally destroy that horrible show. One phone call and it's done. Hear those sirens in the night? An overwhelming feeling of well-being calms you as you know that those fire trucks are heading to that burning theater. The Masked Mutant also offers less destructive means of early closure. Try his patented Stinky Poo atmospheric treatment. One well-placed beaver coat, and your theater will be so funked up, they will need an army of hazmat specialists armed with industrial-strength cleaning solutions to make that theater habitable again. Sometimes the Masked Mutant makes a dramatic entrance. Watch and wonder as he rips open the RP screen to stop the rehearsal mid-production number. The Masked Mutant chases the frightened dancers off the stage as the creative team cheers him on. "Oh, Masked Mutant! Please save us!" As he runs out of the theater, he turns and answers, "Don't worry, I will close your show long before it opens." Your assistant turns to you and asks, "Who was that masked man?" You answer, "That was the Masked Mutant. He has been saving theatrical careers for decades." The Masked Mutant. It's good to know that he is there when you need him. Easy payment options accepted.
And Light Talk this week is sponsored by...
From south of the border, it's Bad Hombre Stage Productions. Have you lost the bragging rights to the brightest flashlight on the crew call? Well, no worries. Bad Hombre Stage Productions can hook you up, my friend, with La Luz de la Muerta. That's right, the flashlight of death. Producing 4,100 lumens of light, you can fry an egg, melt a plastic flamenco, or blind the uprigger and watch him fall. But don't worry, he's wearing the "you will almost never die" safety harness. La Luz de la Muerta. Made with military-grade aluminum, heat-resistant lens, and 12 power settings, La Luz de la Muerta will be the envy of all of your socially challenged stagehand friends. Not only that, with a power supply of 4 lithium-ion batteries, La Luz de la Muerta will double as a taser, mosquito zapper, and chick magnet. La Luz de la Muerta. Only from Bad Hombre Stage Productions. Order today and we'll throw in a La Luce Libre de Brazo Family Edition.
Oh, let me see if I can say that. La Luz de la Muerta.
No. It just reminds me of a Breaking Bad episode, you know?
This week, Light Talk is sponsored by, guess who? The Maui Wowie Color Library from Hula Hues Color Company. Are you tired of the drab, subtle colors of snooty northern cities? Are those same subtle blues and grays getting you down? Is yet another dismal production of Uncle Vanya making you pine for cone replacement therapy? Well then, what you need is the Maui Wowie Color Library System. Bring the super-saturated equatorial colors of Maui into even the dullest of shows. Our research teams have been spending countless grueling months on the sunny shores of Maui, studying the unique hues of Polynesia. Just plug that included Mai Tai umbrella USB stick into your favorite lighting controller and watch your lighting design come alive with colors from a 1970s Don Ho concert. And we're not talking about old faded celluloid prints of South Pacific or the vomit-inducing hues from bad Margaritaville musicals. We're talking about authentic Polynesian colors like Mai Tai magenta, ukulele umber, sandy saffron, dolphin deep blue, whale white, Pele pink, volcano violet, luau lavender, pineapple puce, grass skirt green, tourist teal, poi purple, and condo chartreuse. So don't let those dull, drab, color-corrected tints put your audience to sleep. Get out your Maui Wowie Color Library and be proud of your pineapple. Hula Hues, bringing the tropics to your production.
So, Stan, is this the research you did when you were sitting on the beach in
Absolutely. Haven't you seen my Maui album on Facebook? It's all there.
Maui? Wow.
And Light Talk is sponsored by...
We have a public service announcement from No More 10 out of 12s. As winter comes to a close and summer is upon us, you may be asking yourself, how did I get mites? One troublesome species is the Club 54 disco mite. Attracted to polyester, high karate aftershave, and the music of KC and the Sunshine Band, Club 54 disco mites plague hundreds of DJs, sound crews, and LDs each year. While the bites are not painful, massive group bites can produce mild skin irritation resembling the Village People. Upon occasion, Club 54 disco mite toxin can trigger spastic dancing, uncontrollable John Travolta finger-pointing, accompanied by frequent pelvic thrusts. Fortunately, Club 54 disco mites are easily detected by their synchronized dancing movement across your body and are easily seen without magnification as their little bodies resemble a mirror ball. If you suspect you're infected, act quickly. Discard your clothing. Bathe in Axe body wash and lay off the White Russians. Club 54 disco mites can easily be purged if exposed to the music of Enya, Johnny Cash, or Metallica. This has been a public service announcement from No More, 10 out of 12s.
And Light Talk is sponsored by
the Terre Haute Production Table Mascot Company. The production table should be a place of calm and serenity, where creative ideas grow from buds to choking vines. But just when you are in tune with your creative center, an actor strolls by and grabs a handful of trail mix. Hey, actor, we are here to light you, not feed you. So how do you keep these pesky lowlives away from your island of nirvana? Adopt the new production table mascot from the Terre Haute Production Table Mascot Company. Has that solar-powered garden gnome lost its chutzpah? Try our new production parrot. It will verbally abuse any stranger that dares to approach you. How about our misbehaving monkey? Our monkeys are trained to project all types of bodily fluids at unwelcome actors approaching the lighting desk. A team favorite is our new production pit bull. Watch those unwanted interlopers run down the aisle in fright. Chaos ensues. Make your next production free from any distractions. Buy your new mascot from the Terre Haute Production Table Mascot Company and let the fun begin.
This week, Light Talk is sponsored by
Suck No More Industries. You may remember My Little Secret. My Little Secret is the autonomous console add-on that senses you're about to make a fool of yourself and automatically deletes that cue before anyone can see it.
I love it.
Wow. Now Suck No More Industries gives you Color Be Gone. That's right. Now when you create an unfortunate color, the console will refuse to accept your color picker commands until you've made a better choice. Color Be Gone works with RBG, CMY, and LED fixtures. Why, you ask? Because you need all the help you can get. Suck No More Industries, making tech a little better, one keystroke at a time.
Light Talk this week is sponsored by
Relaxate by Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. Is stress in the theater making it impossible for you to be the creative lighting designer that your mother always said you were? Are unreasonably demanding directors stressing you out? Do you find your oasis of creativity turning into a torture chamber? Well, it may be time to ask your doctor about once-a-day Relaxate. One tablet of Relaxate will make your stress disappear and send you into an altered state of ultimate tranquility. Like a trip back to a Joshua Light show, your color and movement perception will be greatly enhanced. Synesthesia will be increased, taking you into a multisensory journey through the portals of pleasure and light. Your mean director will turn into a bunny rabbit. Your harsh stage manager will magically transform into a butterfly. And that annoying actor will vaporize into a cloud of blue angel dust. Time will slow down, creating a relaxed, no-stress environment of creative nirvana. Don't take Relaxate if you or your family has a history of blood sugar disease, or if you have multiple endocranial dysplasia syndrome type 2. Stop using Relaxate and call your doctor right away if you have a serious allergic reaction that may include runny bowels or bleeding toe syndrome. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, expanding brain, growing new appendages, loss of hair, lazy eye, and uncontrolled urine flow. Taking Relaxate with any foods that contain sugars increase your risk of uncontrolled sexual desire syndrome. If you experience an erection of longer than 2 hours, immediately notify a doctor or nurse, your choice. Common side effects may include nausea, bloody diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, headaches, and increased appetite. These could lead to a fatal increase in stress. Avoid extended stays in dark buildings where actors and technicians may frequent. Ask your doctor about once-a-day Relaxate. And remember, don't eat the brown acid.
Seems like something you could take before opening nights, David.
I think David was inspired by the fine print in his Viagra.
Perhaps.
And Light Talk is sponsored by...
We have a public service announcement from No More 10 out of 12s. 3 tips to navigate craft services. We all like to descend upon craft services like the 8th plague of Moses, but before you do that, take a moment to plan your pro strategy. Tip number 1. Plan your day around the craft service table. A real pro can double dip. That is, pass craft services on the way to do something and then on your way back. Bonus points if you know the layout of the table so you don't have to break stride searching for cookies. Tip number 2. The same way a puppy loves a treat, so does the best boy. Always leave room in your kit for snacks to bribe the boss. If you have a radio, set up a discrete channel so that you can let the best boy know the coconut cookies have been set out. You might even have a code like, the Marx Brothers are here. Finally, if you see a great dessert, grab that first. The green beans and the fried chicken are never going to run out, but that dessert will go poof faster than a breaker. So now, even on your first day, you can navigate craft services like a pro. This has been a public service announcement from No More 10 out of 12s and a big tip of the hat to the blackandblue.com and Evan Lutzy.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by...
Do-it-yourself industries. Designing lighting can be very tough on your eyes. Having to repeatedly look up and down from the production table puts enormous strain on your baby blues. That's why most lighting designers suffer from optical degradation and need corrective lenses after only a few years in the business. But eyeglasses and contact lenses can also be a real hassle. What is Mr. Magoo going to do? Do-It-Yourself Industries has the answer for you. The USB-powered Do-It-Yourself LASIK kit. Manufactured in the great country of China, where for pennies you can buy laser pens that are bright enough to ignite an actor, the USB-powered Do-It-Yourself LASIK kit will permanently end your need for corrective lenses. By following the simple instructions translated from Mandarin to French to Farsi to German to Hebrew and finally to English, the USB-powered Do-It-Yourself LASIK kit will burn away your corneas to almost near-perfect 20/15 sight, give or take a few hundred points. Just have your assistant point the laser into your eyeballs for a few seconds. The scent of burnt eggs will tell you that the corrective process is complete. After a few minutes of recovery, give or take a few months, you will be able to throw those useless spectacles away. The USB-powered Do-It-Yourself LASIK kit. Who needs a doctor when you can do it yourself?
And Light Talk is sponsored by...
Better Than Nothing Industries. And today they bring us the Hoodoo Voodoo LD Mojo Starter Kit. There comes a time in every designer's life that things start to go south. You just can't keep up with all the new consoles. The arms race and moving lights has left you in the dust, and those leather pants from your last tour have shrunk so much you can't wear them anymore. Don't worry. This is a natural byproduct of aging. Or is it? Perhaps you've just lost your lighting mojo. So, Better Than Nothing Industries, in cooperation with Papa Legba Productions, has a solution for you. All the way from the beautiful waters of the Caribbean comes the Hoodoo Voodoo LD Mojo Bag Starter Kit. Your Hoodoo Voodoo LD Mojo Bag Starter Kit consists of a red flannel bag containing one or more magical items. You can select your item from our list of dozens of magical items an LD might have, such as a spare rim dim button, a positive New York Times review featuring your name, or perhaps you'll just throw in a vial of fog juice. It doesn't matter because you're going to feed that bag with your own items, such as your union card, your first contract, a backstage pass from CBGB's. You get the idea. In a few short months, your mojo will return. The Hoodoo Voodoo LD Mojo Starter Kit from Better Than Nothing Industries, just in time for the fall touring season.
Light Talk is sponsored by...
This week, we have a new sponsor, Q Division of London. Ever have one of those horrible days in the theater when you would slowly lift your head from the production table and see the absolute mess you created on that stage? And then you'd ask yourself, did I really come up with that insane lighting concept? My God, that focus is a disaster. How did I let that go? And what was I thinking when I came up with the idea of contrasting Goldfinger yellow with Dr. No Navy? Didn't you wish that Sean Connery would magically show up in his tuxedo with all those cool devices to save your career from ultimate self-destruction? Well, from our friends at Q Division of London comes a new product for that stubborn and misguided lighting designer in you. Secret Change Agent 009. Secret Change Agent 009 is a new iOS app that works with any Apple-manufactured iPhone, iWatch, or iPad. Just start the app and it automatically senses all of your poor choices that need to be terminated. Upon activation, just sit back and watch as Secret Change Agent 009 reverses all those horrible decisions and replaces them with better ideas from our popular Real Designer libraries. And to keep you from continuing to look like a hack, our exclusive and patented Tesla coil delivers a 240-volt shock to you to ensure you never make those decisions again. Look for the image of Odd Job on your screen. Only then will you know that you're using the authentic Secret Change Agent 009. Secret Change Agent 009, making all your bad decisions seem like a distant memory. And Light Talk this week is sponsored by...
All the way from south of the border, it's Bad Hombre Stage Productions. Did you know the average LD is on his or her feet 17 hours a day? You know, standing on concrete, ice, or just walking around the arena can be a chore. What to do, kittens? Well now, Bad Hombre Stage Productions presents Manguera de Soporte para LD. You heard me right. Support hose for the lighting designer. Manguera de Soporte are made to help control swelling in the ankles, feet, and lower legs. You need to squeeze those areas to prevent that pain and fluid from building up. They even work on cankles. They also come in Cafe, Negro, and Blanco. Just remember not to wear Blanco after Labor Day, gringos. And be sure to ask for our Bagrero Medico, too. You don't have to buy those things used off eBay. Bad Hombre Stage Productions, helping old white guys feel better.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by...
Theatrical Epicurean Delights. Are you sad to be lighting a show during the Thanksgiving holidays, all because you long for a delicious traditional Thanksgiving dinner? Well, Theatrical Epicurean Delights comes to the rescue by bringing a full Thanksgiving dinner to you right at the tech table with our new Thanksgiving Tech Table Turkey Loaf. So you may ask, how is Theatrical Epicurean Delights going to fit a Thanksgiving dinner between all the magic sheets, the script, and all those crazy computers on the desk? And who needs a large turkey carcass blocking the view of the stage? Well, simple. The mad geniuses at Theatrical Epicurean Delights compress the entire Thanksgiving dinner into a foodstuff roll that can be sliced into wafer-thin portions. Our turkey loaf is designed to contain all the main courses and side dishes in one gefilte fish-sized loaf. That's right. Enjoy all your favorite flavors of Thanksgiving. The director asks, "Hey, do I spy mashed potatoes and green beans in that loaf?" You bet. Your assistant asks, "Where is the gravy?" "Well, do you see that pool of brown fluid the loaf is floating in?" And your programmer may say, "Yum! Can't wait to see where they hid the cranberries." We even include dessert, apple pie in one end and pumpkin pie in the other. No one is disappointed. So let Theatrical Epicurean Delights make your lonely holiday feel like Granny is sitting next to you, force-feeding you yams.
Yams.
Order Theatrical Epicurean Delights Thanksgiving Tech Table Turkey Loaf today. And coming soon, our new Christmas loaf, made out of ham, turkey, with a very special fruitcake surprise.
Yams. And Light Talk is sponsored by...
Well, it's been a while, but Pet Sweat of Japan is at it again. It's 2 a.m. The show is over, the truck is packed, and you are hungry. But what to do? Always the innovators, Pet Sweat of Japan, working hand in hand with IHOP, bring you 3 new tasty selections from the Hungry Crew menu. the sushi pancake, the flirt with me smiley face pancake, and the big bowl of syrup. The sushi pancake is a tasty blend of raw fish wrapped in a whole wheat pancake. Add a big splash of blueberry syrup and you have the perfect, let's call it a night meal. For only 50 cents extra, you can get a side of bacon. You know, as a stagehand, you work night and day. You never have a free weekend. Let's face it, you have no life. Where is the romance you long for? Perhaps you need to try the Flirt with Me smiley face pancake. Order a stack of 3 tonight and start your speed date. If the first pancake is unresponsible, just stick a knife in it and move on to number 2. Finally, stagehands do some tough physical labor. You might need an energy boost after that long day at the hall. Well, then order up the big bowl of syrup. The name says it all. It's a big bowl of syrup and a spoon. Not so hungry? It comes in cup size too. In a rush? Get it in a to-go cup with a straw. Pet sweat of Japan and IHOP. Always something good in the kitchen.
Big bowl of syrup.
Oh, boy. Do they have a sumo pancake? All right.
Sumo pancake.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by...
Direct from Napoli, Italy. The Pizza Pecky Pan Tilt Pizza Spinner. Have you ever been in an endless tech rehearsal and realized that you would really rather be tossing a pizza? Well, Pizza Pecky has come up with the perfect solution, the Pizza Pecky Pan Tilt Pizza Spinner. Just mount our patented pizza dough adapter onto a Super Sharpie. Our custom pizza macro will spin that fixture as fast as a crazed Neapolitan teenager on a Vespa. Just sit back and watch your dough rise. Mount our special pizza sauce and cheese adapter to the Cenius above it, tilt it down, and let it drip succulent marinara and buffo mozzarella onto the dough. The Sharpie tilts down and slides the uncooked pizza onto the lens of an alpha profile. The natural heat convection bakes the pizza to a golden cheesy brown. Our pre-recorded express delivery macro will flip that pie across the theater. Marvel at its gentle landing on the tech table. Yum! That's a perfect pizza pie! Bring a little bit of Napoli into your theater with the Pizza Pecky Pan Tilt Pizza Spinner.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by...
Better Than Nothing Industries, and they are presenting the BS Blaster Shock Collar. It's available downstairs at LDI right now. Whether you have a salesman with a passion for persistent verbal product enhancement or a customer you would like to train to tell the truth about what he or she can buy, you may want to consider the BS Blaster Shock Collar, aka electronic collar, e-collar, or remote shock collar. As with any method of behavior modification, there are pros and cons. Ultimately, it is up to you to choose what method works best for your needs. The BS Blaster Shock Collar is not intended as punishment, but more as a deterrent to negative behavior. The theory is that your person will associate the unwanted behavior with a slightly uncomfortable zap and stop doing whatever they're doing until they no longer do it and remember not to do it anymore. The shock administered by the BS Blaster Shock Collar is safe, so while it is certainly enough to get the attention and deter certain behaviors, it won't cause any lasting physical or mental harm. For example, when you walk into a booth at LDI, both customer and salesperson place their shock collars around their necks. A conversation begins with the customer saying, "I'm ready to buy 100 of those moving lights." Zap! He's not ready to buy 100 moving lights, and he doesn't even have the money to do it. So the salesman assures him that he can meet delivery on that order. Zap! Because he's showing the prototype. He has no intention of making delivery on that order. So, much like the missile game in 007's Never Say Never, with each misleading answer, the shocks grow in intensity until one of you pass out. The BS Blaster Shock Collar can also be used at design meetings, contract negotiations, first dates. Proudly made in America by Better Than Nothing Industries.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by From the same makers of Pizza Packy Pizza Spinner, the Wammet Corporation introduces a product that will save your career. Alex, the crazy director babblefish. Are meetings with directors making you more frustrated every day? Why do so many directors mask their true intentions by describing their visions with obtuse phrases like, I think this moment needs to free the audience's wild and dark visions of adolescent trauma? What the hell does that mean? It's obvious that you need Wammet's new Alex the Crazy Director Babblefish. When inserted into your ear canal, this tiny device will translate what these pretentious artistes really want to say. The device can also be used with the standard headset system so that you can enjoy private translations during lighting sessions. The director says, I need to feel that her personality is entering another dimension. Alex translates,
The dolt is asking you to add shin kickers into this queue.
The director says, that scene needs more romance. Alex translates,
She wants lots of tacky go-bows.
The director says, I need the light to help establish the clarity of the dialogue. Alex translates,
This fool wants more front light.
Order now and receive our new Alex the Crazy Director Babblefish app. Loaded into your favorite iOS device, you can now receive instant translations of artistically obtuse language during Skype and production meetings. End your artistic language frustrations today with Wammet Corporation's Alex the Crazy Director Babblefish. And remember, Alex makes a great gift for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and even Festivus.
For the rest of us.
For the rest of us. And Light Talk today is sponsored by...
Have moving lights become a little too feature-rich? Are you brain dead from trying to keep up with moving light technology? Perhaps Clay Packy and Martin are just out of your budget range. Well, don't worry. From across the mighty Pacific, Illegitimate Panda offers you the Crippled Dragon. At only $99 US, it's a bargain. It even comes with a travel case. How does the Panda make it so budget-friendly, you might ask? Simple. No matter where you mount the Crippled Dragon, on the deck or in the air, it only pans stage right. That's the beauty of the Crippled Dragon. Think of the time you're going to save at tech. Now you can make 10 out of 12 truly a thing of the past. And to speed up queuing even more, the Crippled Dragon has no iris, no shutter, no gobos, no animation wheel, and no diffusion. What the heck kind of light is this, Panda? Don't be rude, foreign devil. We will throw in as a free bonus A, cyan, or A, magenta, or A, yellow color wheel. That's right, just one color. But that's why you're a pro. What's not to love? The Crippled Dragon, the flagship of Illegitimate Panda's new Crippled Lighting Series. Coming soon, the Splosh. It's not a spot, it's not a wash, it's a splosh.
The splosh.
Illegitimate Panda, always thinking of things you never considered. Ask about our discounted bulk price. See you at the Circle Bar, Guelo.
Guelo.
Light Talk this week is sponsored by...
Bucks Trucks. Are you tired of having to rent old VL 2000s just because they are the only moving lights available at the local shop? Do extravagant shipping costs from Las Vegas keep you from speccing Clay Packy fixtures? Well, your days of compromising are over. Bucks Trucks introduced their new economical freight service, Bumps in the Road Shipping Service. Save up to 50% on your shipping costs. How do we do it? We don't use drivers.
Oh, Uber.
That's right. That's right. All our trucks drive themselves. And while Tesla uses those fancy cameras and radar sensors, we use the good old tried and true method of driverless technology. A rope and a brick. Aim that truck down Highway 70, tie the steering wheel secure with the rope, put her in gear, drop the brick on the accelerator, and let her fly. If your truck ever arrives at the dock, you can marvel at the number of those tiny European cars lodged in its grill. And watch with satisfaction as those Clay Packy road boxes are unloaded. Don't compromise your art just because of some crazy truckers union or some NHTSA regulations. Use Buck's Truck's new Bumps in the Road shipping service to deliver your fancy Italian moving lights. Buck's Trucks, serving the entertainment and poultry industries for decades. And don't forget our motto, the buck stops here.
And Light Talk is sponsored by...
You know, Christmas is only a few weeks away, and it's never too early to shop for that special lighting designer in your life. Do you want your man to make a big, bold statement when he walks on stage? Then you need Cheeky Rigger Cologne. You might remember our fragrances from last year. Funky Road Case, Arcing Ozone, and Stinky Shoe on the Bus. Well, once again, the Cheeky Rigger of Sheffield offers 3 new scents. Start with Go. Go. It's a statement. Go. It's a request. Go. It's an action. Splash a little go on your face, but be careful. It's also a command. Go. Don't ask for too much.
Just go.
Next, for that romantic evening, try Blackout. Dark, twisted, and mysterious, just like you. Blackout. You are nowhere. You are everywhere. Blackout. You are the night.
Indeed.
But wait. What if your special LD is a lady? Well, the Cheeky Rigger has her covered with that new enchanting fragrance. I'm the queen bee paying your salary. That's right. Let the boys, the crew, know just who she is with I'm the queen bee paying your salary. Never again will she hear, hey, where is catering? Or, you can't be here. We're working. Or my personal favorite, are you lost, hon? I'm the queen bee paying your salary. Developed from the Africanized honeybee, a critter that can be both aggressive and very dangerous for those who don't take her seriously. I'm the queen bee paying your salary. A little splash makes a big statement. The Cheeky Rigger of Sheffield. We make underwear too.
And Light Talk is sponsored by Strobe Mania Protective Eyewear. Are you constantly exposed to high luminance strobes? Is the brightness of strobes getting out of hand? Are you finding yourself having seizures more often than you'd like?
Me!
Do you wake up in the middle of the night twitching and screaming and covering your eyes with fright? Then you need Strobe Mania's new protective eyewear. Just take our special nanoparticle-coated goggles with customized German glass that blocks the precise frequency of most strobe lights. Place them over your eyes and you won't see the strobes. You won't see anything else either, for that matter. When vision isn't important, but safety is paramount, Strobe Mania protects you from every wavelength you fear. No more seizures, no more twitching all night, no more light of any kind. Your eyes are protected from every form of radiation imaginable. Strobe Mania is here for you. No worries. What you can't see can't hurt you. Strobe Mania, your friend in darkness.
Okay, this may be the best one yet, I'm telling you, because there are shows I want to put these glasses on, and we don't even use strobe lights in them.
Let me just tell you that you, all of you, everybody out there who's listening, is listening to Light Talk with the Lumen Brothers. And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by
Bad Hombre Stage Productions. You know, over the last year, box subscriptions have become very popular. You can get, for example, survival boxes, grooming boxes, even cigar sample boxes. And now from Bad Hombre Stage Productions, the Big Box of Death. That's right, the Big Box of Death, a monthly subscription of our most popular products. Sign up now for our introductory box and you will receive our Local One belt buckle that doubles as a beer opener, focus tool, and utility knife. Or perhaps you'll prefer the Local 16, slightly, maybe, too short utility kilt. Perfect for rigging, ladder work, and all those all-day long focus calls. Wow. What a box. What a box. But wait, it gets better. Partnering with Pet Sweat of Japan, and for a limited time only, you will receive no hot stagehand. The sweltering heat of the summer touring season or the film studio will make you willing to try almost anything to stay cool. Our no hot stagehand spray will keep you cool all day. These sprays look strange in their application, much like spraying shaving cream directly onto your arms and face. but they provide sweet, sweet cooling relief all day long. And you can get them in white, lime green, or safety yellow. Sure, it looks gross, but what doesn't? Order now, and Pet Sweat will throw in a bottle of refreshing cow piss.
Oh!
That's right, our tasty beverage made with extra calcium and sarpis. You know, sarpis, the Sanskrit word that refers to fermented milk. I know when I'm thirsty, I always reach for a big cold bottle of cow piss. Bad Hombre Stage Productions. In time for the new year, the big box of death.
This week, Light Talk is sponsored by
The Instalight Drone Company. Have you ever walked into a theater, looked up and said, "Damn, I wish I had a lighting position there"? Well, no more daydreaming for you. The Instalight Drone Company introduces the new Drone Focus Deluxe.
Drone Focus Deluxe.
Own the ultimate aeronautical lighting accessory that creates lighting positions out of thin air. The Drone Focus Deluxe will fly your lighting fixture anywhere there is unregulated airspace, including over your audience. The Drone Focus Deluxe features insta-variable angle control. It can change altitude in moments, turning your high side light into a shin kicker in seconds.
Hey.
Made with military-quality motors and rotors, the Drone Focus Deluxe is powerful enough to lift an ETC luster, a camera, a wireless DMX node, and a battery. In the case of an unlikely power failure, the Drone Focus Deluxe has an auto-rotation feature that will safely land your fixture in the orchestra pit. The natural cushioning effect of the musicians will soften the landing. Our new Take Control feature adds a whole new level of ground control. It will allow you to manually steer your drone to focus its high-intensity light to highlight a performer or strobe on that obnoxious audience member who just can't stop playing with their iPhone. Checking out Facebook? Not anymore. And for more powerful applications, the Drone Focus Deluxe Mark II will carry a payload of 120 pounds, powerful enough to lift an LED moving light. If any of your audience members have recently taken a shower, the powerful rotors of the Drone Focus Deluxe Mark II will dry their hair in seconds. The Drone Focus Deluxe and the Drone Focus Deluxe Mark II, using our defense budget to create theatrical art.
And this week, Light Talk is sponsored by
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. The holidays are finally over. Sadly, your favorite stagehand clothes might have shrunken a bit, if you know what I mean. My friend, you are fat and Boo knows it. But what to do? Well, all new for 2019, Better Than Nothing Industries, the leader in stagehand gadgets, introduces a new walking app for stagehands, designers, and programmers. Which way did he go? The mobile app that plans your route and tracks your mileage. Just go to your local mall, activate the GPS, and Which Way Did He Go will lay out an exercise route for you and get the most out of your limited time. Just hit the Start Walk button, and Which Way Did He Go will locate you and lay out the shortest route to Orange Julius for a refreshing beverage.
Love it.
Once finished there, push the Continue Walk button, and your next route will take you to Cinnabon. That's right, the mobile app will locate all the tasty treats in the mall and get you there as fast as possible. Activate the Call Ahead feature, use Apple Pay, and they'll hand you your treat as you walk by. Feel the burn, my friend. Which Way Did He Go? Also works in 72 countries worldwide. Now you can plot the shortest route to a pizzeria, atop a bar, or your favorite falafel joint. Which Way Did He Go? By Better Than Nothing Industries. Just because you're working out doesn't mean you have to be a hungry savage.
You are listening to Light Talk, and our sponsor today is Mock Java Software. Meet Alex, the operations manual reader. Are you frustrated that you don't quite understand some of the fancy gear you own? Are there not enough young people born after 1990 around to help you program that old VCR, the answering machine, or the newest lighting desk? Do you find yourself throwing up your hands saying, "This worked last week, now nada, dead as a doornail"? Then you need Alex, the operations manual reader. Have the most important manuals read to you anywhere while doing anything. Perfect for multitasking wherever you might be. Don't just keep pushing different buttons to see what works. Are you tired of being embarrassed by teenagers who understand your technology better than you? Then you need Alex, the operations manual reader. Earbuds and you fill your brain with chapters of knowledge effortlessly. Alex, the automated manual reader, does the reading for you. Keep all your gear working perfectly because you paid attention to the operations manual. Or, at the very least, you heard about that feature somewhere. Don't get shown up by young geeks anymore. Alex, the operations manual reader, the app that saves face. End ignorance today with Alex, the automated manual reader, developed by Mock Java, software you can't live without. The only reading you'll ever have to do. Well now, Goo's gone and you are listening to Light Talk with Steve, Stan, and David, the Lumen Brothers. And Light Talk is sponsored by...
Spring is almost here, and the TL Tonry Electric Company of West Virginia has been busy all winter with a new product line. You may remember the TL Tonry Company, makers of the Juice Hose Jr., and the Never Trip Breaker. Well, now they proudly introduced the Twitch Switch. That's right, the Twitch Switch. Researchers at TEC in West Virginia have developed a hands-on remote called the Twitch Switch, the stand-alone device that connects you to your favorite console and gives you truly creative freedom. That's right, we're talking facial control. Who needs a touch screen when a wink, a smile, and a protruding tongue can control your favorite console? Now you can use that movable muscle in your mouth to control fade time. Just think what Gene Simmons could achieve.
Whoa.
A tip of your head will control pan and tilt, while hyperventilation will set your strobe rate. Actually, this idea doesn't sound crazy at all, provided you don't accidentally sneeze. The Twitch Switch, shipping now.
And now that I've got my twitches out of my system, back to Light Talk. And Light Talk this week is sponsored by...
Just in time for the summer movie season, Carvel Studios brings you a new superhero adventure movie that will make the Avengers seem like the Smurfs. Prepare yourself for the ride of your life when you watch The Intergalactic Theater Flunkies Infinity Ticket Price. The Intergalactic Theater Flunkies consists of the Masked Mutant, I Shall Save You, Fat Prop Bastard, Post-Broadway Spider-Man, Trust Monkey, and Donut Man. I am Donut. Living in exile on the lost planet of Asbestos, this ragtag group of theater losers take an interstellar journey back to New York City to destroy all those high-definition LED video screens in Times Square and return Broadway back to the Great White Way. Watch as the flunkies blow away Harry Potter, annihilate SpongeBob SquarePants, and bring those great shows from the golden years back to Broadway. Tired of bad Jimmy Buffett songs, animatronic parrots, and stupid Disney characters assaulting you in the aisles? How about a front row seat to watch the original cast of O Calcutta? Sure, the actors looked a lot better 50 years ago, but who can see anything through the smoke and haze anyway? You are glued to your seat during the action-packed finale as the Intergalactic Theater Flunkies destroy all those high-tech lighting and sound systems in those glitzy modern theaters and return us to the golden age of gaslighting. Watch the penultimate climax as our heroes engage in an epic battle with the colossal evil mouse of Broadway. So enjoy the deeds of the Masked Mutant, I Shall Save You, Fat Prop Bastard, Post-Broadway Spider-Man, Trust Monkey, and Donut Man, I am Donut, in Carvel Studios, The Intergalactic Theater Flunkies Infinity Ticket Price, coming to a movie theater near you. Rated X, not because of the sex and violence, but because you will have to suffer through all those horrible songs from bad Broadway musicals.
You are listening to Light Talk with the Lumen Brothers, and Light Talk is sponsored by...
It's Pet Sweat of Japan, and from across the pond, the cheeky rigor of Sheffield. The summer touring season is once again upon us. The trucks are loading, the buses are being freshened up, and you, my friend, are packing your kit. You are looking forward to getting back in the saddle, but load-ins are long, hard, hot work. Let's face it, by showtime, you are sweating. What are you going to do about those unsightly stains under your arms?
Oh, no.
Well, Pet Sweat of Japan has the answer so no one will ever see you sweat again. Introducing the armpit clip-on cooler fan. Barely the size of a pack of smokes, each one clips onto your t-shirt sleeves and pumps cool, refreshing air to your armpits. Want complete cooling comfort? Check out our cargo pants model. Just open your fly, clip it on, and power up. You can even top off the optional scent tanks with your favorite cologne from the cheeky rigor of Sheffield. Ask about our monthly subscription service so you never run short. I use Funky Roadcase. Order now, and Pet Sweat will throw in our essential American stagehand phrasebook. This is a must-have for any non-English speaking production touring the States. Learn the most common American stagehand phrases. Phrases like, "I'm smoking your follow spot, sexy sailor." Or my personal favorite, "When I saw our stage manager changed his wig, I felt summer would be over." Pet Sweat of Japan, just like NATO, only backstage.
I got to say something before we go back. You know, it's great to have Ann on the show because she's like our barometer of tasteless things.
Yeah.
Because when Ann gets real silent, whatever we're doing is totally tasteless.
Yeah. I was thinking sort of inappropriate. Wasn't sure I should be a part of this episode.
We can hear her cringing.
Ann is on the phone right now, calling Pet Sweat. She's ordering it for Jonathan right now.
No, I'm not.
Just get me off this program. This is going to ruin my career.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm going to call HR. Is there an HR?
No.
They'll call HR. That's what we need.
I'm quite impressed that David was not listening to me, saying something.
Listening to nothing. Silence. I felt it coming from there. So, Ann, how would you rate that sponsor?
Ooh, I don't know. Not so sure I'm into that one. From a 1 to 5 top hats, I'd give it 1 top hat.
1 top hat. Oh, no. So that brings an inglorious end to our Light Talk with the Lumen Brothers and Sisters second anniversary show. Ann, Stan, Steve, and I would like to thank you, our listeners from 103 countries and counting, for somehow finding 40 minutes a week to listen to our delirious rantings. We would also like to thank our wonderful guests who risked their stellar reputations by being on our show. These fine people include Josh White, Don Holder, Ann Militello, Steve Shelley, Jim Waits, Scott Rosenfeld, Michael Clark, John McKernan, Stephen Rosen, Kevin Lee Allen, Eric Loader, Brad Schiller, Neil Jampolis, Fred Foster, Gordon Perlman, Paulie Constable, Sarah Clausen, Ann Valentino, Al Crawford, Driscoll Otto, and good-looking Bobby Hale. We have many more guests booked for Season 3.
No guarantee is offered regarding the accuracy of any statements or opinions made on this podcast.
And just remember, if you choose to litigate, we have hired the firm of Fleck, Flock, Flare, and Glare, and their paralegal Snoot will defend us until our retirement funds are depleted.
So tune in next Saturday morning when we interview Broadway projection designer Zach Bovary. Bye-bye from Light
So
Talk.
long,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Light Talk.